Hey everybody, today we're going to be going over the new hero Preycis, who will be entering the game. He is an orange SSR army hero. Um, I'm just going to start the video off by saying I'm not quite sure how I feel about him yet. Seems like the game might be shifting how they want to go with it, but we'll kind of go over the video here and you guys can be the judges of that. So first thing we're going to start out with is how to get him. So as usual, you can buy him with the pack for 20 US dollars. You can also buy his skills if you hit to the right. So that's one way. The next way is the Lucky Treasury. This is what I always find to be the cheapest way to get him because every time you spin, you get 10 spins. You usually get one or two of them, so it takes about 3k gems. The last way to get him is through the special vouchers. Oh, sorry, they switched everything up on us. So it's recruit. And then down here in the gold on the far left, so this time clock one, you can use these vouchers to get him. Whereas one of these vouchers costs 300, and you can get a chance to get him. You can get him outright. So you could get him for 300 gems. Did I say dollars? I apologize. 300 gems. You could get him for 300 gems. So I'm going to go grab him from the Lucky Treasury quick so we can go discuss him a little further. So we'll go. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I get the extra one because I hit 10 spins. Or sorry, I hit the 300 points. So that's 6, 7, 8. So it's going to cost me a little more than 3k this time. 9, 10, 11. So I got 11 shards for him so we can unlock him. Pop him here. He comes out guns a-blazing. I don't know what this Dune Viper thing is. But, so, with him, he is definitely, he has his benefits, and when I said it kind of seems like they're going to change how the game works, I'll explain that a little later. So his skill is attack of all army units increases by 15%. So I'm going to just say that part, and then I'm going to actually jump down to the bottom here. So attack of all army units for a 5-star is 32%. Each time the units in the first 2 rows launch an attack, there's a chance to fire 3 missiles targeted at the enemies in the back row. Each will cause 140.9% damage. Something to start noticing, and I was just pointing this out today, was this basic attribute bonus. So every 100 war of his increases the attack of army units by 0.05%, and every 100 war increases the damage of missile by 0.2%. So what that means is, down in the bottom left, you will see, I've pointed out a couple times, but I want to point it out here especially, these skills down here. So those are your hero's base stats. So that's their war, their defense, which is HP, and then their command, which controls how many units they have. Every 100 command equals 1 unit. So it seems like they're kind of making a push where that might become more relevant, and this basic attribute bonus kind of confirms that for me. Is every 100 war he has increases his damage by 0.2%. So for an average orange hero who is a balanced, Katyusha is pretty balanced, so she has 30k war, 26k defense. So if this guy had 30k war at level, or 5-star 100 level 120, that would mean it would add 40% damage to his skill. So it might be that they're going to be kind of pushing that, and they're going to start adding on new items and decor and skins that kind of push these stats more. So that's kind of where I'm thinking they're headed with the game, but I may be wrong. I can't confirm nor deny what they plan on doing, but that's kind of just what I personally think. Now, his skill can be useful, and he is definitely a hero where if you're a higher to moderate spender, you want to get his exclusive skill. I think I can do it from here. So at level 5 is where his skill really, really is useful for everybody, because as an idle hero, meaning you don't have to actually send him into fight, he adds 3% damage to all units. So that's 3% all unit damage increase. That's kind of big, not gonna lie, but that's kind of my usefulness that I think he would have if you're able to spend the money to get a level 5 skill. Otherwise, for most people, he's going to be exactly what he is for me, at least. and I'm gonna slap on my gold production on him, and I probably will forget about him. Uh, just because, like I always say, there's always other heroes coming out, and I still don't have max perks on my heroes, so it's not worth it for me to upgrade him more. But he definitely could be viable. I don't want to just say, oh yeah, he's not useful at all. His skill very much could help you tip the tides of battle really quickly because you can take out the back row of something, and if you the back row really really quickly using his skill, because 200% damage or 180% damage isn't anything to scoff at. That's a lot of damage to do. But it's in here that I wanted to show you, because as you start upgrading this, you'll see that it starts increasing the um, or the spots increase HP and things. So he might be very well suited to be mixed with a fortified mixture, because it's the front two rows that are launching that attack, and those front two rows would have that extra HP and things like that. So he could possibly be a good defensive hero, even though his war looks like it's going to be higher. Because you can kind of look at their base stats when they're a low level even, and notice his is 4,500 and 2,900. So those will probably stay pretty evenly proportioned as they level up to level 125 star. But that's kind of what I think of him. He's not anything where I feel like you should switch him out for Prime or Katyusha or Ben or anybody else that you're using. But he he may be a secret hidden gem that does. It all depends on how often this is going to trigger, and we'll actually send him out to a battle right now just to kind of see which one, how fast he triggers. So we're gonna go like this, get that home quick so we can send this. Because if he triggers constantly, that might be more effective than I anticipate, but it kind of would depend on if that trigger happens a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean like every round type thing. Actually, we'll just send him in sand table. That'll be easier. So then you guys can really see him and how often he triggers. So we'll just go like that. So let's see how often he triggers here. Um, if we're looking for him to be a replacement, we would need him to trigger probably at least every other hit. So he's triggered once on my first hit. You saw the gun motion pop up on the screen. Nope, he just triggered again. So he's triggered twice so far. 3 times so far. He seems to be triggering a lot actually. So 3 out of 9. There's Prime, so now we're gonna have triggers going off like crazy. There's Katyusha's trigger. He triggered again on the first one. Let's see if he triggers. So all 3 guys triggered on the second tile there. That's kind of funny. So he might be more viable than I first anticipated, just by the fact that he does seem to be triggering. I mean, he just triggered on all 3 front tiles, which is kind of a really high trigger rate actually. And now he triggered on the 4th tile. That's one thing we were concerned about, and it would require a lot more testing, is if as he attacks, if he wipes out that back row, if he still will keep triggering on the rows after. And I don't know how I could test that. Actually, I might be able to test that in Warzone. Sorry, you guys get to see kind of what goes through my head as I'm trying to figure this stuff out. So we're gonna attack you. Oh, we can't test in Warzone. It's not the right Warzone. So that might be something that also might be effective, is if he doesn't stop at that back row, if they keep triggering to the front 2 rows and it just always selects the furthest back row, that would be something to think about. But other than that, he definitely is an average hero. Not anything that I feel like you have to instantly insert into your lineup, but if they start adding in items and things that increase that war, then definitely he would be very, very um, useful and become more and more needed in marches, in my opinion. So, with that, I hope you all have a great day. Please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and order your liquid ice in the description below.